Hi, happy spring. Today's actually the first day of spring, and we're going to bring you a class virtually. I'm going to pretend my regular students are here with me. And just to let you know, we got permission from town to do this class because we do think stress management is critical in this period that's so stressful and grave. So it goes without saying, if I try to lighten up or brighten your day, it's not that I am not taking our situation, our country's, the world's situation very seriously. But this is to address those who are sheltering at home, like everyone here, to try to help them have a little structure and self-discipline and self-compassion. So I just wanted to say that this is all brand new to all of us. It's scary. It's scary. The first day, Monday, when I had to shelter in place, I was great for the first half of the day. I painted, I read, and then I went through the exercise of scratching off everything I have going in my life. And I admittedly am a bit of an extrovert, so I kind of overbook and do a lot, lectures, concerts. Anyway, after scratching everything off for weeks, I got pretty sad. And I think it's important that we acknowledge that this is all being imposed on us. We don't have a lot of control. And you know, what we do have control over is our attitude and how we handle it. And because of what the basis of what I'm teaching, which is yoga class, it is based on the Buddhist philosophy of compassion. So I'm urging not only responsibility to ourselves and our neighbors and our community, but also compassion for those, others as well as ourselves. And that's why we're going to the trouble of trying to give you a class, because maybe this could help with a little bit of structure and a little bit of distraction. And I thought along that line, I'll try to come up with some ideas, suggestions. People are sharing favorite movie lists and museum virtual tour videos and all kinds of stuff like that. But I've come up with one: go shopping on your own, at your own bookshelf, because for all of us, you know, we haven't had enough time to get to this book. We have stacks of books. We have the time. So that would be one thing. Like, go look at your bookshelf and pull off everything you wanted to read or reread. We have time. Secondly, this is okay by CDC standards for health. Go outside. Walk anywhere where there's not a big crowd, and if someone's walking towards you on the sidewalk, you can step off of it. Just keep the 6-foot distance. That's all they're asking. But getting outside and seeing nature, being out to look at the sky. It's spring. Things are blooming. My husband and I had a walk today, and there was a man singing and playing the guitar on his porch. For anyone that was walking by, it was fabulous. So part of yoga is mindfulness practice, where you actually notice things. You know, we're not so busy now. We can slow down and notice, and it's happening. There are lots of smiles and greetings and really lovely things happening. Okay, let's get to our abdomen. This first series, I'm just gonna do it with you because it's super safe. The low back stays on the floor, so you're actually pressing the pelvic structure down. So it's super safe. Everyone can do this. Knees are bent. First is 5 full breaths, so we're going to do this together. 5 full breaths through the nose, hands lightly at the back of the head. Inhale. And exhale. Just keep going, slow it down. In through the nose.
On your next inhalation, reach with your right arm past your left thigh, rolling over onto your left shoulder. Turn and look at the elbow, the left elbow. 5 full breaths here. Slow it down. As you inhale, replace the right hand to the back of the head. As you exhale, reach long with your left arm past your right thigh and turn and look at the right elbow. 5 full breaths. This is where you really want to expand the rib cage, expand the abdominal area, and breathe deeply and slowly. As you inhale, replace the left hand to the back of the head. Pick your head up, press your chin slightly, and lower the head down. And then draw your bent knees into your rib cage, flex the feet. You can take the arms straight, handstand that way. Just take the arms straight out. I'm going to look to my right and just hover with the bent knees to the left. If you have low back issues, I'd rather you skip this one. Keep pressing the palms down, keep flattening the shoulders, up and back, keep the feet flexed. And then inhale slowly, bring your knees and chin to the midline at the same time. Everyone slow this down, do this with control. Moving to the other side, so I'm looking to my left hand, my bent knees and feet. Flexed feet are hovering. I don't know if you can hear me. But again, we're strengthening the core. And then come back to center. If you have had low back issues or you haven't been strengthening your core, I would skip this one. Otherwise, go into modified boat pose. Feet are flexed hard, arms are shooting energy out through the middle finger. Drop your shoulder blades down the back. Soften the shoulders. Breathe. And then just lower the feet and let's stretch the back out. Let me turn around to you. Lift the sternum and bring it forward. Soften the jaw, soften the face. Inhaling deeply. Then I'm going to turn myself around, bring the inner thighs together. Shift yourself into flat back with the shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. And let's just strengthen gluteal muscles and practice with balancing. So hold that and breathe. And let's lower and shift. Extend left leg, reach long with the right arm. And you can do more on both sides, obviously. Do 8 or 6. Let's go into child's pose. So you lower your buttocks back, walk your heels away from you. And the point here is to stretch out the low back, lengthen the spine, lower your head and soften the neck. So it looks like this. And if you'll stay in that pose, focus on your breath and listen to the quality of your breathing and see if you can just soften it as you inhale through the nose. letting your spine and low back relax. Then I'm going to widen my handstands, and come forward into Sphinx pose, which is a back bend. So if you need to decrease the bend in the back, you bring your elbows forward. If you want to have a little bit deeper back bend, and this actually feels just wonderful, bring your elbows in, feet are together, and try to relax in that pose. Should feel good. And then from here, and you can always hold these poses longer. Just put your button on hold pause, and then come back to me. This is strengthening, and it's the back side of our body. It gets neglected because we don't look at it much. But let's do locust pose. So extend the arms long. Extend the legs out of the hip sockets. Inhale, lift. So lift and reach and breathe. Breathe. Hang in there. And then come down. And let's turn your head to one side and let your neck rest. You can put one hand on top of the other and just soften. So stay there, eyes closed. And melt. Focus on abdominal breathing so that you feel the buttocks rising as you use those muscles to deepen your breath. And then come back to center. Let's do locust once again. And we'll do a variation. Let's lift and bring the arms around behind us, interlace the fingers, and press behind you. So again, a great back bend. Breathe. And then lower. Turn to the other side and put the opposite cheek on your hands. Close your eyes and melt. Stop it closing. So we're going to do another strengthening pose, plank pose. So imagine a wooden door. Your hands are directly underneath the shoulder, and you come up with a flat back. You can have a slight lift in the tailbone, but this is mainly about core strength. It looks like it's all arm, but it's really core strength. So breathe, okay? You can press down with your hands and fingers. Push through the heels, sending energy out. Send energy out the crown of your head so that looks like this. And watch it that we're not doing turtlenecks. We want to keep the lines, okay? So a minute of that, work up to that. Drop the knees, release the feet, push back into child's pose once again. This is this fabulous stretch of the whole upper arm, shoulder, spine. And stay there and just melt into child's pose for a moment. It's a resting pose. And then from here, if you tuck your chin, drag your arms, you're using your core strength again. Chin is tucked. And you're going to stack one vertebra on top of the other to come up to sit on your heels. Shift your weight off to the side. Swing the legs around in front. Stretch those legs out. And you can do windshield wipers if you want. Just kind of release any tension there. Take the arms out in front. Again, using core strength. It's one vertebra after the other to lower the spine. Take your time. Pick your head up.
Connect the neck to the spine. We're going to do spinal twist before Shavasana. So let's just bring the right knee in. Use arm strength to draw it against your rib cage. Take the right arm straight out, left arm and hand across. And take it easy. You want to move through this very consciously and deliberately. And only take it as far as makes sense for your body. And then let's bring it back. Bend the left leg, draw that leg in, thread the needle, and just pull gently. But again, coax, not yank. Just take it easy. We're just opening hips that way. Let's release the right leg, stretch it out. Draw the left thigh into the rib cage. And then we're going to, again, do a spinal twist. Right hand to the outside of the left knee. Bring the knee over and look again at your left hand. And then we come back to center. Draw your right bent leg in, thread the needle, and let's open the hips a little bit. Release that, keep the knees slightly bent. Arms in cactus, so arms straight out from the shoulders, elbows bent, the back of the hand against the floor. Drop both knees to the left. And then to the other side. And then let's go ahead and stretch the legs out, reach all the way through. Sweep the arms to the side of the body. Palms are up, shrug the shoulders down. And I'm just going to talk you through Shavasana. This is, in my opinion, the most important part of the class, that everything we do, we lead up to having time to let the body have a reset with what we just did physically, with muscles stretching, strengthening. But the mind gets respite from everything. And I know many of us have so much that we're worried about. So give yourself permission to take these few moments for yourself. And I promise you, you'll come out of it feeling so much calmer and focused. So my students know this. This is the time where I actually tuck people in with a blanket. So if you do this class again, have a blanket next to you. It's really lovely to pull it up to your chin, because if you go into Shavasana, you might get a little cold. Shavasana, or corpse pose, is the pose where, although we appear to be doing nothing from the outside because we're not moving, it's stillness. Inside, we're practicing being present. So in the here and now, when thoughts come up, we send them away. And we just let our brain have a rest. So you're on your back, you're stretched out, feet slightly separated, palms towards the ceiling, blanket tucked up to your chin. Give yourself these 10 minutes or so. It's just invaluable. It's a practice, it's a skill. Eyes are closed. Imagine that your body is so heavy that it takes up more space on your mat. Muscles melt. Feet and ankles are heavy, and they sink down. Calf muscles spread. Backs of the knees soften. Thighs and gluteal muscles sink down. Low back relaxes. The space between the shoulder blades softens. Shoulders sink. Arms and hands are heavy. The back of the neck widens and the head drifts down. When a thought enters your mind, pause and register that you're thinking, but let it go. You have nothing else to do now. Begin to deepen your breathing. Send the breath out to fingertips and toes. Reintroduce movement to hands, ankles. Bend at the elbows. Stretch if you like. Yawn. And very slowly, tucking the knees in, roll over onto your right side and stay just for a moment to check in with yourself. You might want to do a body scan and just see what feels different, or check in with your state of mind. Do you feel a little bit calmer? Use your hands to press, swing around, and sit up. And my class ends with hands at heart center and just a blessing to everyone. Stay healthy.